G'day people, Mad Mick here today at beautiful Windang Island with Brogues holding the camera, and we're just going to give you a quick rundown of some of the gear that we use, because there's a lot of newbies out there that ask a lot of questions. So all you blokes that are wanting to start off, and it's winter time at the moment, we're freezing our asses off, so we'll try and get through this pretty quick. So first of all, wetsuits. I use this camouflage full piece wetsuit. I prefer this wetsuit because it's easy to get on, easy to get off. It's only 3mm thick, and a lot of people use 5mm, which is a little bit thicker, but I just don't like, I feel restricted. If it's thicker, I feel like I can't bend my arms as good. I feel a little bit more restricted, and I love the camouflage, especially when you're going on the bottom and you're hunting for species. I like being blended into the environment. And also these booties that I'm wearing, these are soft sole booties. Again, they're only a couple of millimeters thick, and there's no sole on the bottom, and they're nice and soft, and I can bend my feet really easy in them. So another thing also, people, this booty here, this is Brogan's booty. Now he's got a hard sole. As you can see, mine's a soft sole, this is a hard sole. He's got a little zipper on the side, so that's pretty handy to get off and on. But these are better for walking over rocks and so on. With mine, soft sole, not good to walk on rocks because you'll end up tearing them up. Also, people, make sure for safety and to clean your fish, you carry a knife, okay? It's up to you if you want to buy a fancy knife. This knife wasn't very expensive, but it's handy. It's small, it's light, and it's all good. And also, the hoods. This is Brogan's hood. He's got the cami hood, and I've just got the plain wetsuit hood, but these are a must in winter. You need these, otherwise your head will just sting like crazy. Also, we've just got basic goggles, polyurethane, or however the hell you bloody say it, these see-through goggles, see-through rubber I should say. These are good, they're comfortable, but they're a bit of a pain in the ass because you can also get the black ones, and the black stops the glare from coming in, because with these ones, when you're diving on a hot sunny day, the sun shines through and it actually glares in the side of your face, and it can be quite annoying, but the black ones don't do it. So it's all preference. I probably recommend the black ones. I've just had these for a long time, and also with these, when you're wearing them, when you're at the shop or wherever you got one, put it on your face and suck in through your nose. Put it on your face, it feels comfortable. It feels comfortable on your nose. You've got a good grip pinch point, and suck in. And you see how it stays on my face? Well, that means there's no leakages. And when you put your goggles on, make sure your hood, your hair or anything isn't jammed in between the skirt of the goggles, because water will come in. So again, make sure that the nose area is nice and comfortable. It's not pushing on the bridge of your nose, because I've got a big honker, and if it's not comfortable, it's when you're in the water, it's going to be pushing on your nose, and I can tell you after a while it's going to ache. Okay, so weight belts. Now, depending on the suit that you wear, if you're wearing a thick 5mm suit, two-piece, they come in all various types. You got with your weight belt, I've got 5 weights, and they're a fair few pounds each, a few kilos, whatever you want to call it. But I need extra weights, because the more gear that I put on with my wetsuit, my hood, my booties, and so on, and particularly body mass, if you're a big bloke, the more you need more weights, because the more you've got on suit-wise, the more buoyancy you're going to be. You're going to float more in the water. So you need to put more weight. And if you want to get technical, they've got positive and negative buoyancy. You know, you've got neutral buoyancy where you're just pretty much floating on top, and then you've got positive where you're kicking your ass, kicking your feet like crazy to get down, and you're having a hard time to get down, hence you need more weights. If you've got too much weight, you're just going to start sinking, or you're going to kick and you're going to struggle. The main thing with weights is you need pretty much, I like neutral to slightly negative buoyancy, where if I stop kicking, I will just gradually start sinking. The good thing about that is when I'm diving down, I'm not struggling, because the more you kick and thrash, the harder it is for you to get down, the more oxygen you're going to use, the more energy you use. And so also with the flippers, I use these type of flippers with the straps on the back. Brogans, these straps. You can get the shoe type, and you can get the ones with the detachable fins, and it all comes down to cost and preference. If you've got plenty of money and you want to go for the good stuff, by all means go for it. But with these type, you tend to have booties. You get the shoe type, and you might get away with not needing booties, but with these type, you're going to get a bit of a rash on your ankles, on your feet, if you don't wear booties. Gloves, these are Brogan's gloves, and they're a wetsuit type glove, and they're quite comfortable. They're not too costly. Thing I notice about a lot of the gear that you buy nowadays, it's quite cheap. When I was young, it was really hard to afford most of my stuff, you know, but today it's quite cheap. But in saying that, I will give you a good hint. If you're first starting out diving and you're not real sure, Brogan, you're shaking, you're cold, mate. Hold that camera steady. And when, I lost track, what was I saying? Sorry people, I'm getting there. When you start out diving, it's up to you. If you've got plenty of money you want to splurge, there's a lot of gear out there you can buy. You can buy the best top-notch stuff if you really want to go and blow your money. You don't really need to. The thing is, you've got to be sure that spearfishing is what you really want to do. And talking from experience, I brought a lot of people out that they bought the top-notch stuff, they hardly knew how to swim, and 2 months later, they end up selling the stuff. It wasn't their scene, they didn't like it, or it was too cold, or whatever. And they bought all this nice gear for nothing. I recommend that you either try and borrow it, or just buy something fairly cheap. If you like it, and you think it's something you're gonna do in the future for a long time, go out and buy the best stuff. But try it first. I recommend that you try it first, okay, before you go out and buy all this stuff. Anyway, now getting to guns. I love my Old Faithful Sea Hornet gun. I made this myself. It was a lot smaller, and what I've done, I've actually gone to Bunnings and got a piece of timber, Tasmanian oak timber from Bunnings, and I've just fitted it. I put my handles from my old Sea Hornet onto this, and I brought along the spear shaft. But this is my Old Faithful gun. I love it because it's just heavy duty. It's not real heavy, but it's all stainless steel inside. I've got my Mako head on here, or I can put my prongs. I got them handy, which I use for blackfish or brim or smaller fish, attach them to there, but I keep them handy here. And also, I've got my line attached to the handle. I've got a shark clip, which is really handy. You guys need to have a float and float line, and the shark clip, which just unclips like so, and you put your slide bar, as I'd mentioned in another video, you put that through the fish's gills out the mouth, and you just hook it back on, and it's easy. And just to demonstrate that, because I'm really good, I've got a fish here that I'll show you. So you just spear the fish, you unhook it, you put the slide bar through the fish's gills, pops out his mouth, and presto. And as you're swimming along, that fish, that rope will just slide, and that'll slide right to the end of your float, okay? And then all you do is you clip your shark clip back up, like so, load up your gun, and off you go. The fish is sliding up to the end of your float. Now, talking about floats, I've got an old foam cork float with a flag on top, and I've had it for years. It's pretty heavy duty. Brogan's got this one, you pump it up with air, and these are really good because they're really light. You can deflate it, and you can fold them up and pack them away. Brogan uses a lot less weight than me. He's got 3 weights on his, because his suit's a lot thinner, a lot smaller. He's a smaller bloke, he doesn't need as much weight. Now with Brogan's gun, Brogan's got the newer Mares gun, Mares, and as you can see, a lot of it's plastic. The trigger, everything, the internals, everything's plastic. Really good gun. The safety's a bit annoying, as you can see, it's just loose. I've actually made mine so the safety stays off, because it's a pain in the bum when I dive down. But anyway, you can see he's got his rig. His shark clip's a lot smaller, and I find him a little bit annoying. If you can, try and get a bigger shark clip. Mine's a lot bigger than this. Yeah, so this gun's a really nice gun. It was only about 140 bucks, nice and cheap, and it's a good gun. It's 95 centimeter. Also quickly before I go, this is my own homemade GoPro pole, and this was made out of an old TV aerial pole. You know, with the little what's his come off it? The whatever you call them. Anyway, it's my own home. It's just aluminium, and all I've done is just attach my GoPro. This is actually screwed in. If I take this off, there's actually 4 stainless steel screws holding this on. But this is awesome. I love this thing because I can take it in. I can hold it. I can carry it. I can put it under a ledge. I can maneuver it around. It's really good. Now, also, I just want to mention, people, I know there's a lot of blokes out there that there's been questions asked, should I get a spear gun? Should I get a hand spear? My recommendation, and this is from experience again, is stick to a spear gun. Buy a spear gun. You don't have to buy a massive kick-ass spear gun. You can just buy an average size, small 90-95 centimeter spear gun. I recommend that because nowadays the spear guns are quite easy to load, and hand spears are cumbersome. They're very inaccurate. They're very hard to hold and load. It makes your hands ache, and when you turn and move through the water, you can imagine holding some big long thing trying to go through the water. It drags around. I highly recommend that you don't. Now, I'm not bagging people that do use hand spears. Good on you. But if you want to get serious, buy a spear gun. That's just my recommendation, because I just think you're going to end up buying one anyway later down the track. So just buy a spear gun and yeah, you'll have fun. Is that it? Well, I think that's about it. I can't really think of anything offhand, but anyway, main thing is have fun, enjoy yourselves, stay safe, and yeah, catch you later. So I've taken Brogan off Windang Island. So I've taken him out of Rocky Headland, somewhere where it's a little bit rougher today. The main thing is when you go out on a rougher area is to find a good spot to get in and to get out. That's the main thing. There's a nice little seal. There's a seal out there. Just sunbaking. So to get back in on a spot like this, Brogan's just caught a wave. As the waves come up, he's rode the wave up onto the ledge, like that, straight up onto the ledge, easy. So use the wave to your advantage to get up onto a place like this, onto this ledge. As the wave comes up, you just allow the wave to get you up onto the ledge.